NP people, La Filette, St. Andrews. We really have to sit down now because we have to start. Thank you very much. I see you get your little exercise and you get your sweat and you're doing well. We're doing well. But I have something to tell you. Before I do that, those who are still hanging out in the corridor, we'll ask you please take your seat as we bring on our good friend, as we bring on Pastor Lewis to do the opening prayer for us. Let us please sit down. I know, Mr. DJ, I don't know why you went back into these songs. Huh? You just lift the spirit. Pastor Lewis, we have to start. Thank you very much, sir.
Let us all stand at this moment. Let us all stand and reverend God as we pray. Let us bow our heads and also bow your heart as we pray to God. Almighty God, I am the voice of one crying in the wilderness for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique. As we gather here, O God, we gather here to offer Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique before you. Father, there is no doubt in our minds, in our hearts, that at this moment Grenada is experiencing her darkest hour. We ask ourselves the question, how long will your people suffer? Father, we can remember a couple of years ago that Grenada was prospering. Our people were enjoying the best of representation. Our children had a hot meal in school. It was not difficult for we to pay our bills, oh God. We ask ourselves the question, what went wrong? What went wrong that today our people are suffering? We ask you, God, to touch our nation. We ask you, God, as we gather here, bless each and every one of us that are here, oh God. Father God, we are on a rescue mission to rescue Grenada from where it is now to the island of Spice. Everyone that gather here this afternoon, we ask you, God, to bless their heart. We thank you for taking them, oh God, from one place to another safe, and we know that the returning will be the same. Almighty God, that everything that will be done here this afternoon will be done decent and order. We bring all the various speakers before you, oh God. Grant them knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. We bring our political leader, oh God. Continue touching that man. Continue blessing him, oh God. And let no weapon that form against him prosper. Bless us and keep us, oh God, as we wait upon you for more direction. In Jesus' name, and may everybody please say amen and amen.
Thank you much, Pastor. Please don't sit yet. Remember, after God, country, definitely the anthem. And I want to invite a youngster, Kinta Kunte, from the book Roots, to come and lead us with the national anthem. And we'll join him in singing. Kunta.
Let us stand at attention for the singing of the national anthem. Hail hail Grenada, land of ours, we pledge ourselves to thee. Heads, hearts, and hands in unity to reach our destiny. Ever conscious of God, being proud of our heritage, may we with faith and courage aspire, build, advance as one people, one family. God bless our nation.
Thank you very much. Oh, you can count on me, working for my party. Faithful I will be. I will fight with all my might, working for the NNP. One more time. Oh, you can count on me, working for my party. Sing it loud. I will fight. Let me hear you one more time with all your might. All your might now. One more time. Oh, you can count on me, working for my party. Faithful I will be. I will fight with all my might, working for the NNP. Thank you very much. Please have your seat. When you work for the NNP, you work for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Now, it is not my duty to welcome you, but there is someone from this constituency, well known, and of course, someone that is well respected. I bring to you now, and put your hands together as we invite Mr. Wayne James to bring the welcome to you, all the nice people, to this constituency. Mr. James.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Chairman, and good evening to everyone. First and foremost, I want to welcome God in our midst this evening. At the head table, I want to welcome in a very special way all the leads for the different constituency, the Honorable Pierre, also the Honorable Kate Lewis. We want to welcome you in a very special way to St. Andrews Northwest. Whoever is on the way, we also want to welcome them. And to the very beautiful people of St. Andrews Northwest and other parishes and constituencies of Grenada, we sincerely want to welcome you, and we are happy that you are here with us this evening. Of course, this meeting is a very historic one for us, we NNP, because you'll find that we are celebrating 40 years in existence as NNP. That means 4 decades. And that's a great milestone. And added to that, regardless of what contrary things people might say, we still remain the most dynamic party in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. We also are the strongest party in Grenada at this time. We also are the most united party in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. And of course, we have some of the most sincere supporters of the new national party within Grenada. I really want to thank you, but first and foremost, we really want to thank God for having NNP. And we must not forget that NNP is the only party in Grenada that look out for the poor, the marginalized, and the vulnerable people of this land. While many people might be saying that we don't have poor people, not that Jesus Christ said. Jesus Christ said the poor will always remain with you. So it means that we'll always have poor people. But we have to have a government in office that would care for people. So once again, I want to welcome everyone, all the NNPIs. We are strong and we're moving forward, and we have to get ready because we don't know when the flag is going to dust. Because there are a lot of confusion in the other camp, and they kind of keeping it down low. So you'll find that something might bust out, and they may have to call a snap one. So let us all get ourselves ready. So when the time comes, we know that is one term for them. And we'll go out in a united front and bring home that election whenever it calls. So I want to thank everyone and welcome everyone to St. Andrews Northwest, and also to one of the most beautiful villages in the entire constituency, La Filette. Of course, I must say that this school had produced the first Prime Minister of Grenada. That's Eric Gary. So I want to thank you all. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. James. Let's hear it from Mr. James. You're welcome to La Filette, St. Andrews Northwest. Now, I just want to have a little conversation with you before we bring on the first speaker. I mean, look at the head table. Huh? I'm feeling a little bit kind of embarrassed to be up here. Huh? Woman for so. Woman power. Woman power. Yeah, the thing that rule. You know, somebody once drew to my attention. They say half of the world is held up by women with the left hand. I don't know what they're doing with the right hand. I can't tell you. They say half the world, women with the left hand. But, you know, it is so good and very impressive. I look at the crowd, I look at the people, and what I can tell you is that there are some familiar faces that I see everywhere we go. Clap for yourself. That is so nice. As you have sung, you're working for your party. Yeah? With all your might. Right. But I have one little concern, and I must share it with you. That is how we are in NNP. Yeah? Yeah, we are nice people. We share with concern with each other. What I have not seen so far, except in a few cases, I saw some people holding their phones up when the speakers are speaking, so it gave me the impression that they are taping, they are, right, so they have the message. I have not seen much of you with pen and paper, and maybe the days for that is gone. Yeah, we're out of that era. We ain't using pen and paper again. But we are doing these meetings to bring you information so you can make correct decision. But I want to take it a little further. Every political party, including the NNP, has a mission. And the mission is really to achieve state power, win an election, so that you can provide and do the things you're supposed to do for your people. The rescue mission. The rescue mission. I like that word that man using. But you know, a good army must always have troops in reserve. Right? And let us make no mistake. We look good, we sound energetic, But those of us who come to these little village meetings, and I know that's just a portion because we are going live and there are thousands of others listening to us at this time, yes, on the various devices and so. We are not enough. Believe what I tell you. We are strong, but we are not enough to take the victory. So you need to take the messages that you get on these nights, in these meetings, to those out there who have not been coming or listening. Let us start doing the work. Convince them. Check the voters list. Get them registered. And of course, know where your people are, so when the time comes, you can get them to the polling station to make a vote. Right? It's not my time to talk, so let me hush my mouth. Let me bring on the first speaker. You ready? You ready? La Filette, you ready? Very good. I hear the shell answer in the back. They're ready. So at this time, we will bring one of the St. Andrews lady. Yes, the first one. They tell me, start from my left and come to my right. So I know she's closest to my heart. Sister Yolande Bain Horsford will come to bring you some.
Woo! Boy, all you have energy. All you ready to go? I heard that before, you know. I heard that the last election when we came out in with thousands, and when Doc asked all you ready to go, all you say, yes, we're ready to go. And what happened? What happened? I bring you, first of all, let me recognize the head table. These wonderful women. Women power, not so? And I could put it another way around. Women make the world go round. So tonight you're going to hear from a lot of, when you see them men at the front, you know, but all you compliment us so very much. Don't forget how much you compliment us, eh, men? Right? Put your hand for the men tonight. We can't do it without them too. They are the fathers of our children, right? And many, many more. So I want to recognize again the head table. I also want to bring you greetings from St. Andrews Southwest. Southwest in the house? Hey, all you gone by the bar or what? I'm fine, I hear the voices. All right. Let me recognize our political leader. Well, I thought all you was clapping for me. But I know it was him at coming. It's a different. All right. Tonight, I'm going to say a little bit on organization because I think it's important. Because a lot of the time we talk, and we don't get ourselves organized. We talk about all sorts of things. We talk about how the country hard. We say that is the worst we have ever seen. Huh? Yes, we say all that. We talk about how we're hurting, our children are hurting, and no one is listening. We talk about the farmers. Just tonight, I met a couple of farmers downstairs, and they were talking about how things hard, and even as burial pass, things get even harder. And the fishermen that were promised all these engines and other support services, none of that happened. We talk about lack of sensitivity. They're not sensitive enough to our needs and our problems. We talk about our youths on the block, no work, they're just sitting idly. But when NNP was in power, we had programs, we had skill training programs. A lot of them are in the hotels now because of the training they have received. When I go to the hotel, those young people calling me up, Miss Oxford, it's me, it's me. We did some training with them in culinary arts, and they were proud and happy to know that they were able to use the training to improve themselves. The business sector, crying out. I've been speaking with businessmen who before I thought was supporting the other side, but they're crying out. They said nothing, no money is circulating in the country. The debushing program, all the single-headed households that were given a little fortnight, that dead, as you say. So what happened to that? Let me tell you what happened. The small businesses in the area are suffering because the debushing people, they would take their goods from the small businesses, the small shops in the areas, and when they get the money, they would go and pay them. But now they say credit, 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 all down the line is credit. Some of the businesses will close down, we know that. So, we have no one to guide the young people. Let me tell you, I have heard people saying, oh God, I feel to cut my finger out. I'm saying that because it's true. Many people met me and said, oh God, Miss Yolan, things so hard that I want to cut my finger out. I sound like Clarice tonight, Clarice is the one that does give all this pecan and all these things. So my friends, my NMPites, we need to get cracking. We need to get ourselves organized. We think we organized, we are not yet organized. The work is still to be done. I'm a constituency lead person, and I know what is happening in my constituency, much less other constituency, because I put a lot of effort into things that I'm doing. So I know what is going on. So we need to get ourselves organized. We need to search our homes to see who are the children that turn 18. And who are the children that by the time election is being called, or the next year, who will be turning 18. And we need to register those who have turned 18. And that is extended because, let me tell you, if something happens in Southwest, the whole of Grenada knows. And we know that we have families throughout Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. So the networking must start. We must start to network and get our families in the different constituencies to register and to get ready for voting when the time comes. We need to speak to our children. You know what happened last election? A lot of our children went left and we went right. Because we haven't been speaking with our children. What we have been doing, we're thinking about ourselves, we and the husband, but we have not thought about the children. We have not organized the children. We have not told them about NMP and all the things NMP have done for us. And now we have an opportunity to make comparisons. We need to compare what is happening now and what NMP can deliver for you and your children. So it's serious business now. It's not talk, we laughing, we dancing, or we jumping up. We have to get the work done. Or it's what's going to happen? You're going to get angry next time around, and you're going to cut out your finger this time. All right? So we need to check the electoral list. We all have the list. And you remember the 1 and 10 that we had? Remember that strategy? The 1 and 10? Where we're supposed to bring out 10 persons to vote, or 20 persons to vote, or 5 persons to vote. That can work throughout until election time. The 1 and 10 can work for the electoral list. The 1 and 10 can work for when we have meetings. So the 1 and 10 is a good strategy to use from now on till election time. So the 10 people that living down the street from you, you need to get in touch with them. You need to keep them going. You need to find out about them. Who is the new face that entered the village? Who are these people? Where they come from? We don't want to be surprised on election day. We want to know now, who are the neighbors? Who are these people that living in the street from me? And if everybody do that, we would get an idea what is going on. We would know who are the people around us. And during that time, you can talk with them, you can explain to them, you can get them involved in more activities of the NNP. A lot of people traveled. A lot of people died. And this is not, I only decide to talk about that tonight because while doing the list, a lot of people are alarmed still. So if they're still alarmed by me, I could imagine what's going on in the other areas. They're still surprised when they see things pop up. We should know the list by heart by now. We should know when there's an addition to the list. We should know, well, these are new people that came on. And we should have a good idea of the electoral list. It's so much of us. And if we work together as a team, we would get it going. We don't have to have a big meeting. 2 persons by the house, 3 by the other house, you know? And you discuss it and you clean up the list and all of that. All right? Look out for the diaspora. We have been looking, and we've seen new names on the list who historically used to be in Northwest, and they're now in Southwest. So we're looking at all of that because it's important. Remember, padding the list is not difficult. We have such a great layout in Grenada here that it's so easy to do everything, and people don't worry about anything. So padding the list is something that is easy to do. And if we're not alert, if we don't know what's going on, if we don't check things properly, the list could be very well padded and you'll get so much surprises on the election day. Look out for the diaspora. We have no problem with the diaspora once they follow the rules. People from the diaspora have to be residing in Grenada 12 months prior to the election date. So open your eyes. Open your eyes, keep alert, and make your reports. Make your reports to your constituency leads and your parliamentary representatives. So my friends, volunteer your services. Services bring money. You never hear that? When you give your services, you get in return. You don't know where the money coming out. I always give in and I seen thing on my step every day. Just last week, I had 2 breadfruit in my fridge, 1 dashing and a hand of fig. And I went in the center and said, oh Lord, them old people, they're really fed up with this macaroni and rice. I said, let me bring this thing to the center. So I cooked it and I brought it to the center. When I reach home, I have a whole bag of provision on my step. And I believe I know who dropped it there because I saw somebody in the audience there tonight. And I think they give me a smile. And I know we talked about that before. I say, boy, I have no fig in my house, you know. And I believe they are the ones that dropped it at my home. So when you give your services, you get a lot in return. So I'm asking you tonight, I'm not speaking for any length of time because we have a lot of speakers. Organization, organize yourselves, work with your MP, work with your constituency lead, work with your neighbor, find out who is your neighbor. If your neighbor is a big NMP, always sit down and say, listen, let me look at the list, girl. Who are all these people living down there? Who is this new face? You got to do the work. If you don't do it, you're going to go wrong. If you don't do it the next time, you're going to cut out your finger, I'm telling you. Because the rate at which things going in this country, I don't know what it is, what next to come. I don't know what else to do. People are crying out, and there is no hope. But when NNP was in power, there was a lot of hope. People were hopeful, people were happy. Everything wasn't perfect, but we brought you to a level that you felt very comfortable, or reasonably comfortable. So tonight I want to appeal to you. I want to remind you of the importance of what I spoke about. And if you want this new national party to come back to rescue Grenada, you know what you have to do. You know you have to work. NMPites, thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Sister Osford. Let's make a little more noise. She gave you some food for thought. Yeah? Do the work. Do the work. We're happy to have you coming to the meetings. We're happy for the energy. I know. Yes. We're happy for the claps too. So, anyway, we had to keep on moving, so I don't want to take too much time. We have a well-packed crowd and some beautiful ladies, and I want to bring you, well, I don't know, it's queens and princesses. Yes? Queens and princesses. So I bring you another queen. What you want, a queen or a princess? A princess? Well, I got to change the order. I'll go bring the princess and then I'll go back to a queen. Yes? Because there are plenty and they all have a message. So let's listen. Put your hands together. She's young and vibrant and upcoming. Yes? And she, man, I tell you, I'm impressed. My parliamentary rep, Sister Kate Peter Lewis.
We can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. We can't
Sit down!
No, we can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down.
We can't sit down!
We can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down.
We can't sit down! NMPites! NMPites! We can't sit down, and we will not sit down until we rescue Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Let me first of all say a special good night to all of you, and of course, members on the head table, led by our political leader, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell. And all of my beautiful sisters on the head table, as our General Secretary said, the princesses and the queens. And of course, to the side, we have Brother Bello, Brother Gawe, and all of you, members and supporters of the new National Party. It is definitely a pleasure to be in your company this evening. And we are in the constituency of St. Andrew Northwest. I'm saying tonight you are making a statement, and a very strong statement, that even when some people abandon us, the supporters have not abandoned the new National Party. When we came in here this evening, I felt like election was right around the corner, because you're in the mood, you're energetic, and you're in the right frame of mind. And this is why we can't sit down, and we won't sit down until NMP rescue our beautiful country, Grenada. And I'm happy to see many of our young people in this audience tonight. It's very important, because we have to send a clear message that no amount of Facebook bullying, no amount of victimization, no amount of lack of opportunities for our young people will prevent them from supporting the new National Party.
And the young people, they know. They know that the new National Party has always been committed to them because we have invested heavily over the years in the young people of this country. Because as a party, we know and we understand the importance of our young people to the future of our country. And that is why it is important to invest in them. But today, times are hard. It is difficult for our young people. They were given grandiose promises, none to be fulfilled. But I said to you, young people, and I continue to say, don't give up. Don't lose hope, because the new National Party will be there to rescue you. We have created many opportunities before, and as we look to the future, we will continue to create those opportunities for our young people. We will create an education policy that will not just make education affordable, but it must be accessible to all of the young people of this country. We cannot boast about free tuition when free tuition means free $810, when we know that some tuition fees are way past $810. This is misleading the young people. So yes, you're giving an assistance, something that has always been done, but do not call it free education. It is not accessible to most of the young people attending TAMCC and NULO. Because we receive calls every day. They are looking for transportation assistance. They are looking for assistance for meals. And as a result, in some cases, they are forced to drop out. Check the impact of this policy. See how many young people are dropping out of TAMCC and NULO because they are not given the total support needed to access the education. A new National Party understands fully well what it means to educate the child fully, what it means to ensure that education is equitable, affordable, and accessible to all of our young people. And we can speak about freedom of speech. And young people, I want you all to know, freedom of speech is not a privilege, but is a right. And we must not allow them to take away our right from us. We will continue to speak for the rights of you, the young people of our country. And no amount of Facebook bullying will stop us from advocating on behalf of the people of this country. Sometimes I wonder if these bullies are paid, because you cannot be so consistent in trying to distract from the message of hope that we are bringing to our people. Times are hard, and we live in it, so we feel it and we understand it. It is our duty to speak about it. And when we speak about it, we are not just calling them out, but we are making recommendations, because it is important for the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. So I'm calling on the government to fulfill the promises that they have made to the young people of this country. We call for the programs. They have relaunched the Empower program, and as I said in my last meeting, without any change, nothing significant to talk about. So it means they have accepted that the programs of the new National Party were excellent programs. 2 years and a half have gone. We cannot see, we cannot hear of any new initiatives, serious initiatives for the young people of this country. We have seen the knee-jerk reactions as a result of the meetings we've been having, but our young people deserve more, and they deserve better. They deserve to be seriously planned for so that they can be taken care of. Do not fall for these tricks, young people. These knee-jerk reaction programs that I'm seeing happening, it's not even a program. It's sessions, one-day sessions here and there. Come on. Our young people deserve more. And I will continue to stand on every platform I get to advocate for our young people. Not because I'm a member of the opposition, but because I seriously care and I'm very passionate about the future of this country. So tonight you can see the head table. We have a wealth of speakers here tonight. So I will not stay longer, but I would say to you, the members of the new National Party, continue following the train of rescue, the train that will rescue this country. Don't give up. We'll continue to walk with you, to stand by you, and the new National Party, of course, will rescue you. Rescue Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Rescue Mission 2.0. Let us do what we have to do to bring back Grenada in the right hands, the hands of the new National Party. I thank you, and I love
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Our dear political leader, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Claudius Mitchell. Our sisters on the platform, constituency leads from the various areas, other executive members from the different constituents, sisters and brothers all, good evening to one and all. I must say that I'm very pleased to be here this evening and to see the large turnout. Congratulations to all of you. Every one of you. I've noticed a young lady from the constituency. Stand up, Maria. Maria, stand up. Dr. Michelle. You remember that PTA? Turn around. I don't know where Maria get a jersey from. I know where she get a jersey from. But she said she ain't want number 10 at all. I know what they did with it. So I want to welcome all of you. Those online listeners, I want to say welcome. I've noticed many other persons. And I'm happy to be part of the 40th anniversary celebration of the new National Party. Our party survived through thick and thin. And we are strong and getting stronger every day. Northwest St. Andrews. Let me hear you all. Northwest. Congratulations. Dr. Michelle, Northwest is dear to your heart. And you know what moved me this morning? This young man who singing, you can't sit down, playing that. He's from SAB. We asked him to play for us this evening. He called me and he said, Miss Waldron, we have a problem. I said, what's the problem? He said, the system broke down. I said, well, what shall we do? He said, my brother has one in St. George's. I said, well, you had to get it. And Dr. Mitchell and members of the team, this young man and his wife walked from SAB to Parklet to come and collect my vehicle and go down to St. George's. So let us give him a loud round of applause. That is what you call commitment. And that is what you call commitment to the new National Party. And we should continue to stand firm with the new National Party. Because the party is the only party with a team, with a pledge, with everything that will take this country forward. We are suffering too much. You heard Sister Kate, Sister Yolan. And we need to stand firm and do what we have to do to ensure that victory comes our way. Sisters and brothers, as I said, I'm happy to be part of the 40th anniversary. And as I said from Sister Yolan's meeting last Tuesday, that I was given the responsibility to head some ministries. I spoke about social development. I gave a little history. And tonight I'm going to give you a little into education. I thank Dr. Mitchell for giving me that opportunity. I thank the party executive for endorsing me as the constituency for St. Andrews Northwest, the lead. My party is dear to my heart. And sisters and brothers, I am forever grateful to Dr. Mitchell and the team, the leadership, for giving me the opportunity. I'm not saying nobody. I was nowhere. My name was nowhere in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. I was just Lorena Montiram. Some people used to call me Lauren, walking from Parklet to La Filette to come to school. And sisters and brothers, because of the new National Party, my name is all over. And for this, I would forever be grateful to my party. I wouldn't do like the other side, the other one. She betrayed us. She's very deceitful. And she fooled the leadership of the party with a lot of lies, even on me. You know, She did a lot of things on my name. And at that point in time, maybe they could not have discerned the truth, because you know the devil. The devil comes like a roaring lion, and he's very deceitful. And she deceived a lot of us. We toiled, we labored, we worked hard with that lady. And I hear she coming to run. Dr. Mitchell, I wish I could get the chance to beat her bad. You know? So Northwest St. Andrews continue to stand with the new National Party. Sisters and brothers, again, I'm grateful for the opportunity given to me in the Ministry of Education. We hear a lot of talk about education, and they're doing so much for education. But I remembered when I went to the Ministry of Education, that building was on Lucas Street. There were termites, rodents, all sorts of things in that building. The workers were demoralized. Our schools, oh my God, it was in such a poor condition coming from the classroom. Sisters and brothers, we didn't know what to do. But I went to St. Vincent, and my first Ministers of Education meeting, you hear, I heard the Prime Minister took chairman of a committee, and he was boasting about that. This is something that every time a country, somebody would take over the leadership. I became the chairperson of the OECS education reform, the reform of the education system in Grenada. And sisters and brothers, when I went to that meeting and I took up that chairmanship, I heard all the OECS countries giving progress report on the success of the reform of the education system. I was so embarrassed because, I was green, and I say green like the grass on the greens. But the relationship that exists with our party and our sister party throughout the OECS, I engaged one by the name of Senator Nanton during the lunch break. And he guided me, and he told me what to do. And when I came back, I called the person in the World Bank, and he said, Minister, this is rather late. When I heard he had a Trinidad accent, I said, well, Dr. Roman, I have family in Trinidad, and we had a little chat and thing. And he said, okay, Minister, I'll see what I can do. And sisters and brothers, as a result of that negotiation, we signed a loan agreement, 2% after 10 years grace. We were able to build a brand new Ministry of Education. Fully equipped. When we were on Lucas Street, I remember having one manual typewriter and a semi-automatic typewriter. And that is what we had to use to get that project ongoing. A success. Sisters and brothers, it was our intention as a government to give every boy and girl that golden opportunity to enter a secondary school. So we immediately do what was necessary. We constructed Westerhall Secondary School. We did expansion program to SAS, GBSS, etc., etc. And they had computer labs, science labs, etc., etc. We had an expansion program, and we really worked to improve the education system. You heard Sister Kay talk about the problems that exist now. We had structures in place to protect our children and to ensure that they get the necessary support to go to and from school. Sisters and brothers, I can go on and on. I remembered when I came in 95, Dr. Mitchell, I wonder if you would remember, we campaigned on the asbestos, the dangers of the asbestos on our schools. And immediately after that, Dr. Mitchell negotiated and the Republic of China on Taiwan removed the asbestos from all our schools, St. Mark's Secondary, Parkland Government, and many others, St. Dominic's, etc. So this was a government at work. We worked and we worked very hard. Sisters and brothers, you hear they're talking about scholarships. Your humble servant, Dr. Mitchell, you know he has the links. He engaged all our ambassadors throughout the world. And sisters and brothers, it was at that time, opportunities were open for all our sisters and brothers who wanted an education. I remember there was a dean, the dean of Midwestern State University. He called, he said, Minister, if your government would only give us a subvention, we would be able to accommodate more Grenadian students. And sisters and brothers, the minute time I took that submission to cabinet, it was approved. And today, hundreds of students, including, and I can call his name, Brother Tobias Clement, he benefited. So sisters and brothers, as I said, I can go on and on. We are in a sorry state today. Our housing sector. Sisters and brothers, I remember Dunfermline and all other housing projects, one in St. Mark's. And I remember that I had a responsibility for the NIS, and you hear a lot of talk about Carriacou, together with Brother Nimrod. The land was vested from the NIS to the Housing Authority, and the houses were built in Carriacou, and now they're refusing to give the poor people of Carriacou. You see how long that was in train? And now these people and them just come. They don't know the history. They're refusing to give people houses in Carriacou. Sisters and brothers, I have to say something. The Minister for Housing lives right down the road. And when I made a walkabout a couple of days ago, there is a lady right at the junction there. This is so shameful as a minister to see that lady in that condition. We have somebody else in Parkley, the house, the tree fell on her house, a whole kitchen. When they came to her, they told her, oh, we ain't have money. Where the money gone? I am calling upon, we have in Sab, we have all over the place, people lost, we know Carriacou is priority, but you Minister for Housing. And what is so shameful, I've noticed people who never had a house, getting house. I passing through a village and I saw a set of material on the ground. I said, boy, you get through? He said, yeah, boy. I get a whole house, you know. And people's houses damaged. Should be really refusing to give them some material. Come on, Minister for Housing and your team. Do better than that. And address the needs of the people in St. Andrews Northwest. We deserve better. Carriacou and Pittimatlic people deserve better. So again, sisters and brothers, I don't have much time. We have a lot of people, speakers. So I want to thank all of you. You know the thank you would come. But I appreciate your presence here tonight. So let us continue to rally behind the new National Party. We have a song. The tougher the battle, the sweeter the victory. Our young people, their constitutional rights is taken again from them. Freedom of movement and association. But to those who brave the weather and come forward, we appreciate you very much. So continue to do what is necessary to ensure that victory comes our way.
Thank you, Sister Waldron. She brought you back into history. But I like the thing she said. Doc, give her like a chance, please. She want to beat her bad. You know, while she was talking and she said the Minister for Housing lives just down the road, Somebody sent me a message and say, but you have a minister house living up the road too. So you have 2 minister houses in the same constituency. And they don't fix in a house? That bad. That bad. But I know, because the minister housing up the road used to be the minister housing some time before. And she said after Ivan, them blew tarpaulin and them stay on for 15 years. They was good. They was as good as galvanized. But those they give now, he finished already. And they still don't bring in galvanized. Anyway, no time for joke, serious business. Take the notes, go back out and spread it. We're moving. You know the Bible speak about your neighbor. They asked Jesus a question about the Samaritan and the man get beat up. And he said, well, who is the man neighbor? We are neighbors all around. Not only those in St. Andrews. We have a good neighbor from the west. She passed in, but she must say something, not long. Make some noise. She's a royal lady. Sister Clarice Mothers Corinne.
Me can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Me can't sit down. No, me can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Me can't sit down.
Thank you, Mr. DJ. Well, good night to everyone. I couldn't stay in St. Mark and sit down. Because every time I get a phone call, Doc, what boss? Doc, when we going, everybody. I say, well, I can't let me supporters leave St. Mark and I in St. Mark. I can't sit down, so I'm here. I'm here in St. Andrews, and I'm pleased and proud. So I just have 2 quick ones. First of all, I'm proud to be an NNP, and I'm proud to be a member of these people here. Experience, I don't have to tell you who. Different stages of experience and youth. What better combination you could have, brothers and sisters? We have it all. But very importantly, one common thread you could find among all NNPites and these people here. They care about Grenada, Karoku, and Pitimakni. So that is my point number 1. And point number 2, and I'm finishing because we have a long list. I tell the DJ already, I hear the song playing and he playing, but I want everybody to get up for half a minute. And let's tell them we can't sit down and we're not sitting down.
A heartfelt good evening to you, my sisters and brothers. It is indeed my honor to be here with you tonight. Before I begin my brief remarks, let me take a moment to say thank you to our chairman for those kind words. I would like to recognize our esteemed political leader, Dr. the Right Honorable Pete Mitchell. I would also like to recognize the constituency lead for St. Andrews Northwest, Ms. Lorena Waldron. Thank you for having me. And other distinguished parliamentarians at the Health table. Thank you. And of course, and most importantly, you, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You know, as I stand here this evening, I must say, I am filled with a deep sense of humility, pride, and purpose. I can see and I can feel the energy in the room. Can you feel it? It is one of hope, but importantly, it is one of unity. Do you feel that? And I want to add to that, I also feel the readiness here and throughout our beloved nation. I feel the readiness to move forward, the readiness to build, and the readiness to rise. And I am here to say, we are all ready. We are ready to build, we are ready to rise, and we are ready to take our beloved nation forward. So enough of the talk. Now it's time for action. Now it's time for what? We are not here to make empty promises to you. We are here to serve. We are here to lead. We are here to work for you, the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Peace Market. You know, it will be remiss of me if I do not acknowledge that the road ahead is not going to be easy. It is going to be one of challenges, but together we can and we will overcome any challenge. And I want to say this again. Together, we will and we can overcome any challenges. And I think it goes without saying, we have the talent. Look around you. Take a moment and look around you. We have the resilience and we have the experience to develop our great nation. So let us move forward. Let us move forward with courage, with unity, and with purpose. Together, we can build a Grenada that we know is possible, that we all know and love. A Grenada where every voice matters, not just some, where every community thrives, and where every child can dream without limits. Because I was one of those children that dreamt without limits. And I am here tonight, a living testament, a daughter of the soil, proudly from Bonnet Saint Mark. And I am shaped by all the challenges and triumphs we have faced together over the years. I am ready, I am able, and I am committed to putting in the work, drawing from the knowledge and experiences that I have gathered over the years to move our nation forward. To create a future of opportunity and progress for everyone, for all of us. So let us rise again. Let us rise again as we journey and forge ahead to a brighter tomorrow. Thank you, and may God bless you all.
Our Senator, Dr. Charles, for you. She's ready, she's able, and she's committed to do what we must do to make Grenada what it could be and what it should be. So I hope you're ready to join with her and you're ready to do the work. So, the batting list going down. Yeah, we're just sticking. But Amanda, where are you? I ain't seen you. So we need to keep moving. But you must get the youthful voice because they say, I won't repeat what they say, but we're going to show them that we are young people. So I'm calling to speak to you now, Sister Amanda Japal, as a youth, with a little message.
I promised myself that I will not be in campaign mode tonight, but y'all are making it very difficult. LNPites! LNPites! Host! Oh, don't get me started. I came in here and I thought this was actually a rally and not a meeting. Thank you, Brother Bola, members of the head table, our political leader, Dr. Keith Mitchell, MPs, Emlyn Pear and Kate Lewis, constituency leads, Ms. Rowena Waldron and Yolan Bain Hosford, persons on the live, members in the audience. A special, very special good evening to you. As I travel across the length and breadth of Grenada, I notice a recurring concern among our youth. The alarming health conditions affecting our nation is a pressing issue, and I feel compelled to address it on our behalf. It is often said, brothers and sisters, that our health is our greatest wealth. However, in this 2024, we've seen just how poor and vulnerable we are, as it seems this crucial aspect is being neglected. Health is now one of the most poorly managed ministries we have today. And we are confronted with a stark reality, the death of innocent babies, the heartbreaking loss of lives, and little to no medication and supplies in our hospitals. We've witnessed tragedies like the gentleman who fell off a roof in Carriacou, left for days without the requisite assistance that he so desperately needed. And Grenadians had to beg. We had to beg and beg before the government could do something about it. The gentleman left his good home and came to assist us. Voluntary work, you know. The man ain't getting paid for that. And for days, nothing. So where all the money you're boasting you have, and you can't assist the family? We had to beg, sir. I tell you, ungratefulness is worse than obia. Brothers and sisters, these are not isolated incidents, but they are symptoms of a larger systemic failure. And it is requisite that we address the root causes to foster long-term solutions and improve the overall functioning within the sector. We need to look beyond these individual cases to understand the broader context. And there are some key points that they need to consider. Systemic structures, patterns and trends, and the need for comprehensive solutions. But you know what they go say? They go say the hospital was always bad. I mean, there was a lot of things that needs improving, but it was never so. Since when we started hearing about all these incidents, on the NMP? No. The frequent utterance of, don't send me in a hospital, let me stay home and dead in peace now, is a tad bit too much. A shame. Transformation, my foot. If that is transformation, I don't want it. I don't know if we understand what the word means. But I'm sure it doesn't mean a downgrade of the hospital. No medicines and supplies in the hospital, you know. That's a joke? According to Dr. Mitchell. Choops. I tell you, this government is nothing but a set of jokers. You're going to play with the health and lives of your people? All you have to stop that. Play with your health. Don't come and play with ours. You see me? I bad for my health, boy. I don't want it that now. And it seems that when the NDC comes out of power, our nation will not only bear the scars of mismanagement, but we will also require extensive counseling to heal from the trauma inflicted upon us. And this is no laughing matter. We are at a crossroads where we must acknowledge the gravity of our situation. How is it that we can allocate millions for independence celebrations while only 5 million is allotted for health? And you're boasting that you met a pregnant treasury and that you come and give us? That is a prank? Well, it had to be a prank. Where pregnant people just go to deliver, not the hospital. So what they come in and give us? 5 million? Well, that look like it's the water bag that bus. That pregnant treasury ain't delivered yet. And you go tell me that these people have a heart for people like you and me? Imagine that there is more love in the house than in the party whose symbol is a heart. We only need one heart, the one that God gave us, not the one the NDC trying to give us that puppy show thing. If you're alive and well, it means you already have a heart. So you have one heart already. You're going to go out there looking for our next one? The next step for us human beings, according to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, is to meet our psychological needs, which includes food, clothing, shelter. And the shelter we're talking about is the house. I could never understand why, or according to Job King, how we decorating left, right, and center, and our healthcare is in a mess. Lights over medication. Well, all you good, yes? Well, we go use them lights on them for when we get sick, apparently. So if you have a fever and you go in the hospital, they might be prescribing pole number 165 on the carnage. You know the green light outside opposite Pizza Hut? Stand up there for 5 minutes and you go feel better. Apparently that is the medication they're giving us outside here because that is where the money is going. A set of jokers, I tell you. You see how our priorities are wrong? And don't get me wrong, the celebrations were nice, but priorities. It's like a mother who knows her child is sick and needs medication, but she buying Brazilian wig and take it to vet and the child have to fight up on her own. That is not good business. And that is not love for people. We want big work and we can't handle it. How fair is it to put up your salary and you don't know how to do the work? Since when the reward for not being productive is an increase in salary? But let me mind my business. Brothers and sisters, but there is an urgent need for investment in our healthcare. And let me tell you why. Public health, economic productivity, preventative care, technological advancements, and equity and access. In a nutshell, substantial investments in healthcare leads to a healthier society, economic growth, and it will improve the quality of our life for all Grenadians. But up to now, I can't understand what the lights are good for. And that, brothers and sisters, is why we're fighting. That is why that 5 million could never cut it. But how do you comfort a family who've lost a child? How do you feel knowing that there is no medication and supplies in the hospital? How do you sleep at night knowing that the little is being done in the health sector? What do you as a government say to these people when you have failed them? Brothers and sisters, it has been 2.5 years And the people are saying that the NDC is not working for them, even those that voted for them. So tonight, I hereby give you this following advice. It is the time to stop all these useless travels and social media showboating. Stop it and get to work. It is time to stop going to all these galas. This is not benefiting one single Grenadian. Stop it and get to work. It is time to stop victimizing people, especially our women and mothers. They have families to feed too. I say to you, stop it and get to work. It is time to stop putting all your effort in creating special positions for the NDC insiders. We are saying no more jobs for the boys. Stop it and get to work. It is time to stop blaming and disrespecting our hard-working public servants and teachers. Pay them their money. Stop it and get to work. It is time to stop making promises that you cannot keep, such as entity for farmers. Stop it and get to work. It is time to stop the delays of releasing monies to our farmers. Stop it and get to work. Because if you don't get to work, if you do not handle the people's business, if you're only studying to travel and pose, a time will come. I say a time will come, and not too long from now, when the NNP will be called upon to work tirelessly for the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. And we the young people, we are not afraid, and we will not be silent, because we are ready to build back our party. I won't be long again, but I need to say this. Someone said to me, the only party to rescue Grenada right now is the NNP. But I'm afraid that when we do, this country will be at least 20 years backwards, and that stuck with me. Because the NNP has always been the party to clean up the mess made from the NDC from time and time again. And I said it before, and I'll say it again, that we have heard your cries, we have seen the tears, we have felt your pain, and we have experienced your fears. But I say to you, brothers and sisters, hold fast, stay strong, be patient, but be ready, for we are coming. Call your parents, call your spouse, call your children. All hope is not lost, because the NNP is on a mission to rescue Grenada. And if you believe that, I want you to say house, house, house. And if they feel they're going to shake us, and if they feel they're going to keep us silent, tell them to will and come again. We will not be silent. And you know why? Because the house is built on a rock that shall not be moved. And that ensures that our house is solid and that our pillars are strong. And if you believe that, say house. Our house is solid and the pillars are still strong. I say to you, NNP, we are unmovable, unshakable, and we are for the people. This is the mantra of the new national party. Vice Chair. Thank you so much. Thank you, Brother Bola. I am not even sure. It is not very often I feel lost for words. But I'll be very honest with you tonight. From the time I came out of my vehicle, I have to say, something is happening in St. Andrew Northwest. I don't know what it is, but I have a feeling that something is happening in St. Andrew Northwest. I want to greet the political leader of the New National Party. I got goosebumps when I came here this evening, and what I felt and what I saw, I tell you, something is happening in St. Andrew Northwest. I want to especially greet all of my sisters on the platform this evening, executive members of the New National Party, brothers and sisters who are viewing online, Grenada, Carriacou, and P.T. Martinique, good night. A certain person would have said, Queen's Park, good night. NNPites, long live NNP. And Grenada is always better because of the new national party. And I have no apology, no reservations in saying this, because the facts are there, the data is there, the history is there, that there's no other party that has done what the NNP has done for Grenada, Carriacou, P.T. Martinique. And that is why I feel proud. Nobody's stopping me. I feel proud to celebrate 40 years of this great institution, the New National Party. Dr. Mitchell, stand up and take a bow. Stand up and take a bow. Stand up and take a bow. NNP. NNP. The day that I decided to join this party, Sister Mayona, it's 21 years. And I want to say this tonight. I have absolutely no regrets that I joined this party. And that this party has been faithful to me throughout the years, with the opportunity it has given me to serve the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and P.T. Martinique. The opportunity it has given to all of us to serve this beautiful country. Thank God for NNP. Brothers and sisters, tonight, I speak to you not just in my capacity as the public relations officer of this institution, but I speak to you tonight as the child of a farmer from a village in this very Northwest constituency. Brothers and sisters, today, as I decided on what I would speak about, I had some serious times of reflection. And I want to say to you tonight that I was born and raised in this constituency, Birch Grove to be specific. And I see some real Birch Grove people here tonight. God bless you. Brothers and sisters, I say to you that where I grew up, agriculture was what put food on the table. Brothers and sisters, after school, on weekends and on holidays,
Our time was spent picking up nutmegs, peeling nutmegs, drying maize to sell. Watch all them Brush Grove people shaking their head. Brothers and sisters, where I came from, I stood as a child looking at my father Darius and my mother Gemma cutting the bananas to pack the boxes. And I might not look the part, but I tell you tonight, they can testify that I had to be one of the children carrying the boxes on my head across the ravine so that the transport can take it to the boxing plant, as we used to say back then. Brothers and sisters, as a child, I stood up and watched my parents cut the cocoa pod. And we took out the cocoa and put them in buckets. And we had to raise them across the ravine to bring them over. Brothers and sisters, I feel very passionate tonight about what I'm about to speak about. We had to dress and wait on Mr. Avil. You remember Mr. Avil? They're nodding their head and they're smiling, eh? To go to the nutmeg pool to sell the nutmegs. To go to the boxing plant. And then we watch the trucks go down to bring them to the geese boats. That's my past that I feel so proud of tonight. But I'm making this point for a reason tonight. To say to you that it was agriculture that paid the light bill. It was agriculture that paid the water bill. It was agriculture that put food on our tables. So brothers and sisters, tonight, I speak to you with a sense of authority on this subject because I have the scars of my neck to show that as a child of a farmer, I did what I had to do. Our parents worked hard, very hard. People who are here, I look at them, and I don't even want to call name because I know the sacrifices they made, just like my parents in Birch Grove. Agriculture. Brothers and sisters, farmers are not just people who produce food for the marketplace, but their first and foremost responsibility is to take care of their families. So tonight I address the issue of the plight of farmers, particularly in St. Andrew and other parts of Grenada, post-Hurricane Beryl. Brothers and sisters, I cannot emphasize enough that it was the vision of the new National Party's administration that Grenada was one of the first countries in the Caribbean to sign on to the CRIF program, resulting in a payout of over $118 million so that farmers can benefit. 14 days after the passage of the hurricane, old people go say, what more they want? 14 days. Brothers and sisters, it is a shame that after 3 months, many farmers are yet to receive any form of assistance from this administration. It is a shame. One farmer indicated to me that he was assessed about 2 months ago, and it was not until 2 days ago that he got a call saying that he may get a part payment maybe in the next few weeks. Something is seriously wrong. Brothers and sisters, where is the empathy for farmers? Where are the people who said that they care about agriculture? Brothers and sisters, the people who really care are sitting on top of here. Put your hands together for a former minister for agriculture right behind me here. Brothers and sisters, according to the 2024 Media Review Report, page 10, and I quote, "The impact of Hurricane Beryl has exacerbated existing issues, casting a more unfavorable overview of the agriculture sector. Preliminary estimates conducted following the passage of Hurricane Beryl," and I could guarantee you the numbers are bigger, yeah? Because I know no proper assessment was done. It shows that over 80% of economic trees, specifically more than 92,000 nutmeg trees and over 600,000 cocoa trees, have been destroyed by the hurricane. Brothers and sisters, these losses are expected to significantly impact Grenada's food security, with anticipated shortages in key crops for the remainder of 2024 and potentially into the medium term. End of quote. Brothers and sisters, these are not my words. This is a report from the government of Grenada. Brothers and sisters, the throne speech read just recently in Parliament indicated that government intends to resuscitate the agricultural sector. Brothers and sisters, the use of the word resuscitate speaks to the seriousness and the magnitude of this problem. It means to me that the government is well aware of what is happening. Brothers and sisters, in spite of the knowledge, and I like to refer to it as cognitive empathy, you know the problem, you know the situation, but you fail to act, to do something significant about the problem. Meanwhile, farmers throughout Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique are crying out for the help and the assistance of this administration. So if the funds are already available, the question is, why are you not helping? I told you before that the government should not have a financial problem. They should not have a financial problem. Somebody say bad mind. Pregnant treasury, 500 million. Brothers and sisters, over 500 million added to that. Sale of passports, millions added to that in income generating and revenue generating projects. Brothers and sisters, why are so many farmers unable to put food on the tables of their families? But the problem is bigger. We are facing a health and nutrition crisis. And I want to say to you tonight, I want to say to the government, there is need to act swiftly. Brothers and sisters, I don't have to tell you, one imported orange selling this weekend in a particular place was $11. A hand of banana, a breadfruit, $15 each. Brothers and sisters, I'm saying to us tonight, 3 months has passed, and if swift strategic action is not taken, we will all suffer, whether you are NNP or NDC. And I am appealing to this administration, do something, do it fast. Brothers and sisters, I recall the NNP administration acknowledging the difficulties that farmers faced after Ivan, with no CRIF fund 14 days after, quickly developed a program in which the farmer and the farmer's family were working on their farms with supervision from the Ministry of Agriculture. In some cases, other persons were added from the community to help to get things going quickly. We paid them fortnightly for about 2 or 3 months. We encouraged them to quickly plant short crops so that people would have food to eat. And we encouraged them in the long run to plant other crops like nutmeg and so on and so forth. We provided the support. Soursop. Brothers and sisters, this is when there was some direction in the Ministry of Agriculture. Speak to extension officers, speak to farmers, and hear what they feel about what is happening now. Brothers and sisters, this is no joking matter. This is not politics. We are heading to a national food and nutrition crisis if we do not change course quickly. Some may even disagree with me, but they're going to say the crisis is already here. Brothers and sisters, there are so many other issues affecting the sector, compounding the problem. These problems and these issues may not be directly related to burial, but the government's actions and inactions. Like the current situation, the current status of MNIB. Tell us what is happening there. Brothers and sisters, the refusal of government for 3 months to name representatives to the GCNA board so that the board can function effectively. Brothers and sisters, our farmers are crying, and they are crying out loud. Farmers who are severely affected by burial are frustrated for access to their farms. One farmer said 2.5 years. So this is not burial now. 2.5 years. The road to his farm was never maintained. So can you imagine what has happened with the passage of burial? Brothers and sisters, over $3 million was spent on purchasing new vehicles. But ask extension officers, they are not able to reach the farms because of lack of transportation. Somebody got to explain what is happening. I want to call on government. I want to call on this administration. Do something fast. Do something quick. We are approaching a crisis. And if you look sharp, we can you got it right. The crisis is already here. So I ask the question of the government. Will a cash payout of $4,500 to a farmer 3 months after the passage of hurricane, will this make any dent on the situation for that farmer? Will the cry of survival overshadow the cry for the development of the farm? I'm appealing to this government to urgently pull a technical team together in the Ministry of Agriculture. And I can say that I'm certain that there are many experienced farmers out there with the skills that are necessary to support the ministry to come up with the appropriate plan to take the sector forward. Brothers and sisters, we cannot afford to allow this situation to get worse than it already is. So I want you to consider this. The cost of living is already up 15.8 percentage points. Added to that, brothers and sisters, the cost of gas, the cost of fuel, the cost of water, electricity, medication is already up. Can we compound this with a food crisis? Croppo, smoke, we pipe. And so in closing, brothers and sisters, I call on this government to settle down and mind your business in the agriculture sector. Do what you have to do for the farmers of this country so they can feed their families and they can feed us. But in spite of this situation, I call on farmers and I beg farmers tonight, unite your efforts, share your skills, share your experience with each other, share your resources with each other, because we cannot afford to go down like this. Every person must play their part. But as Amanda said earlier, if you refuse to mind your business and you refuse to do what you have to do for the farmers of this country, the farmers of this country will call a team that has served them and served them well, that has served Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. So NNPItes, when they're ready, we are ready to do what we have to do for this country. May God bless you. May God bless Carriacou. May God bless Petite Martinique. May God bless the beautiful Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique.
Let's sit down. Let's sit down. Let's sit down. Let's sit down. I want to talk to you. I want to dance, but listen. Listen. Things so bad in this country. I am hurting because I know you all are hurting. So that's why I can't dance yet. But first of all, let me recognize our chairperson, our very special chairperson, Brother Bola. I told him already he should get another profession and be an entertainer, because he entertains us whenever he chairs our meeting. And he keeps us active and lively. And of course, let me recognize all our sisters. You see, I was sitting there with all the women, Me alone with 7 women. I can't even handle one, more so 7.
Well, don't have Lauren who kill me. Sisters and brothers, it's part of it. This is NNP. We're serious, but we can have fun. And what we have in government is a different thing completely. They don't represent this country at all. They're giving us a bad name, locally, regionally, and internationally. So I want to recognize all my sisters on the platform here tonight. Sister Yolan, Sister Lorena, Sister Kate, Sister Clarice, Sister Emlyn, and Simayana Charles. Yeah. Sisters, it's only NNP that could bring all these nice women out. Only NNP that could do that. So you know, that's why I, as I said a couple nights ago, Tuesday, I said that I feel as a satisfied father. That's how I feel. And I sat here tonight, and as I walked in and I saw the tremendous turnout. It turned out. And friends, you know what? What struck me was your mood. The fact that you all are here in such large numbers. The young ones, not so young ones. In that massive number of persons for a simple village meeting is an indication of what is taking place in this country at this time. And sisters and brothers, as I said, as the father, basically, of this party for the last 40 years, I want to say something to you tonight. NDC won the general elections in 1990. Right? Within 5 years, the country was suffering economically. Many of you young ones would not know this, but your parents and grandparents could tell you this. A population usually do not get rid of a government after one term unless they are very dissatisfied with the action of that government. Because people are fair. Grenadians are fair-minded. They give you a chance. They know you're not perfect. But they expect you to make decisions to improve their lives and to give them hope. So within 5 years, the people rejected the NDC. The economy was at a tailspin in this country. My friends, they elected the new National Party. After coming in 1990 with just 1.5 seats, they gave us 8 seats to form government. Sisters and brothers, if you can check the record of the economic performance from 1995 to 1999, with the 4 years plus we were in government, the economy of the country was heightened in a serious way, that we got recommendations and acclamation from the regional and international organizations that watches over the performance of governments around the world. We were given high marks. So when the general election was called, we got 15 seats in government. People would not have given us 15 seats if they were not satisfied with the performance of the new National Party's government. So we lasted in government until 2008. Between 2008 and 2013, NDC mashed up the country economically again. The suffering and the pain throughout the country, sisters and brothers, was well known. Within 5 years, the people got rid of the NDC once again. And they brought back the NNP into government. These are just facts. I'm giving it because for some of the young people, they may not know this. So, we had to take over a government with no money in the treasury in 2013. Sisters and brothers, no money. When I tell you no money, I mean no money. Sisters and brothers, I've said this many times and repeat it tonight. I had to call the Prime Minister of Barbados, Owen Arthur at the time, and I said, boy, we're in trouble. The 20-something February, the election was, we have to pay salaries, no money. I need help. He said, boy, Keith, the only government in the country that can help you is you have to call Trinidad. You have to call Kamala Besessa. That was the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. So I did that. And because of our support in the region, Trinidad and Tobago government gave us $20 million soft loan that helped us to kick off our activity in government, to pay salaries and to meet some fundamental commitments in government. I'm using this to show you something. We managed the country, created jobs. It's a fact. You know, when this period was on, in October, over 6,000 people throughout the length and breadth of Grenada were working all through the country, sisters and brothers. It means if we are able to do that, it means we had to manage the country properly. We had to create incentive for people to do business and to get things moving so that the country can move forward. So people were able to be helped. Meanwhile, we managed the fiscal situation in the country. We started paying down debts that the other governments had owed. We were doing this while continuing to improve the economy of the country. And I'm going to say a few words about the economy later on. When we left government, we were voted out in 2022. You heard the government said they made $500 million. And when they made that, we were, that holiday time, that period, thousands of people were walking throughout the length and the breadth of the country. Everywhere you pass, every shop you pass, people were busy. Things were buzzing throughout the length and breadth of the country. In other words, we didn't have money there and people were suffering. People were doing business. We were moving the country forward, sisters and brothers. Sister Emlyn told you that because of our action, they got over $118 million. $118 million they got because of NNP again. Plus the $500 million. And you remember they said we were selling passport and how it was so wrong? Well, they're selling passport now like hot bread and butter. They made hundreds of millions of dollars selling passport. I'm using their term now. We didn't call it that, but they call it that, so I'm using their term. It means they had hundreds of millions of dollars in the treasury. More hundreds of millions of dollars from selling passports. They got $118 million from what we did through CRIF. And every month the customs revenue and inland revenue was generating money of hundreds of millions of dollars, scores of millions of dollars in addition, which we used to use to help us to manage the country and to pay salaries. You know what's happening, sisters and brothers? And that is what point I wanted to make. Every time the people of our country made a decision and put NDC in office, the country suffers. That is the point I want the young people to know. So that the mistake, sisters and brothers, will not be made in the future. I am speaking, as I said to you, as the father. The father has to warn his children because he has seen it through all the time. What has happened to this land of ours? People come with their lies, their sweeteners, and they sell all kinds of nice goods to you. And people fell for it. And look where we are. But every time the NNP gets into office, the country moves forward, sisters and brothers. And I want to say to you this. Whoever leads the NNP, it is the NNP that will move the country forward. Remember, I am repeating this. Whoever leads the NNP will take care of the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. So, whether the name is Keith Mitchell, don't worry about that. Someone else. We all would work together to make sure your future is protected and this country move forward. I want you to understand this, sisters and brothers. That's why, you see, they are coward people. Anytime you hear people trying to frighten you and trying to make you afraid of them, they're more coward than you. They're more coward than you, right? Because what is happening in this country today is an attempt to make you afraid to speak. Make you afraid to come to a political meeting. The NNP was in office, sisters and brothers, winning 6 elections. No one could say that the NNP people were afraid to go to a political meeting that was not sponsored by the NNP and they were victimized. They cannot say this because the NNP would not have tolerated this, because we respect people's right to have difference of opinion, and that is democracy. Sisters and brothers, we believe in freedom, we believe in democracy, and as long as the NNP at the helm of government, this country will be free, and you have a right to dissent as you see fit. And that is why, sisters and brothers, don't worry. Don't worry. As Bob Marley say, don't worry. Everything is going to be all right. Everything is going to be all right if we do what we have to do. Sisters and brothers, I have seen some things happening in this country today that I have not seen happen for a long time. The attempt to misuse the institutions of this country to get back at persons that do not support this government. They are politicizing every single institution that is supposed to be independent. And I could make this boast because you can check the record of the New National Party. The Public Service Commission is almost now, with government appointees, as almost becoming a political institution. They could say what they want, but I'm telling you this because I'm not afraid to say it, because it's a fact. You just check the record that the past chairman of the Public Service Commission, the past chairpersons of the Public Service Commission, that when the NNP was in office, they were independent, professional people. Check the record, sisters and brothers. NDC makes sure they signed on as almost party members, so to speak, or allegiance to the National Democratic Congress. So our PSC is no longer the independent institution. They have the trade union representative there and the business representative. But the majority members are appointed by the government. So I'm not afraid to call it out tonight, sisters and brothers. You just check the public service, how they are treating public servants, who they perceive may not be supportive. They have people almost macoing those people, so to speak. As if we now become in a period during the 1979 to 83 when people are afraid to speak in this land. Grenada are not going back to that at all, sisters and brothers. We are not going back to that. So friends, I'm making this point because I want us to understand that I have to speak like this, because after 40 years of service, I don't want to see my country, whether I'm in government or not, I don't want to see my country go in a direction that will make me sick, sisters and brothers, because we all have worked too hard. We have worked too hard to put this country in a path where everyone will have an opportunity, where not only the big person with money can survive, but the ordinary person must have a right to live, and the children must have a right with good education, good health care, to improve themselves and to improve their country. The people you see on the platform here tonight all come from poor people children. These are all poor people children. And the reason they're here, because their parents struggled. My parents struggled. I was at service this morning in my village, Happy Hill, where we celebrating the church service my mother's 102 years. And it felt me, you know why? Because I know because of her and my father, I'm here tonight. And the Almighty God, of course, with his blessings that he has given you and I. That's why we are here. But friends, this is why we have to protect this country. This is why we must protect this country, sisters and brothers. And we must not let any and anybody come and tell us what they want. So friends, I will continue to do my job. I will continue to be here with you, with the people of this land. But I want to say this to you. You've heard many speakers here tonight. It's gone past 9 o'clock, almost 9 o'clock. So I'm not going to keep you longer. I wouldn't do that at all. I'm conscious of your time, and this is Sunday night. In fact, I spoke to Sister Emlyn or PRO and said on a Sunday we should have the meetings at 5 o'clock. That earlier, because people can come so they can go home early and get ready for work the next day. 9 is too late for a meeting on Sunday night because you have things to do. We have to be conscious of your responsibilities. So I want to say this to you. This NNP party is a blessed institution. We are here because of the struggles of a lot of people before us. Many people worked in the vineyard to promote. Our party stands for justice, freedom, the rights of individuals. But we also stand for opportunities for all our people. My friends, the NNP must have a leadership that cares for the people of this land. The NNP must have a leadership that stands for freedom and the rights of individuals. I, Keith Mitchell, will stand in line and say, when the time comes, and I've decided, sisters and brothers, 40 years is a long time for anyone. And I am convinced that my party is ready for the new stage. Sisters, and let me repeat that. I am more than convinced that my party is ready for the new stage. But that new stage must involve the leadership of one who cares for the people and who are in the belly of the new national party and made sacrifices over the years. I ain't making joke. I ain't making joke. This party is not for sale. The new national party is not for sale. Friends, I want to be able to relax. I want to be able to relax at the end of my service in government. And to feel proud that I've helped to build an institution with a lot of good brothers and sisters who have made sacrifices, who held my hands, whose hands I held, and say to them, this party now has the leadership and potential leadership to take it to the next stage. And I want to walk with that new person, sisters and brothers. I am not going anywhere. I am not going anywhere. I will be there with you. I will be there with this team. And I will show you my love will continue forever as long as the Almighty gives me that spirit. I want to say to you, stay tuned. Your party is getting ready for the next stage. And I will be there. I will be there, sisters and brothers. And I will be the one ready to make a recommendation of who that person may be. Sisters and brothers, good night. Thank you. I love every single one of you.
Mr. DJ, the man gets so nice, the man go with the mic. Let's make some more noise. And before you leave, there's just a few housekeeping matters. Let me just give you a few announcements. Quickly, because the time has come. Now remember our next meeting, next Thursday. It's Thursdays and Sunday nights. And that one would be in St. Mark's. Next Thursday, St. Mark's. We are looking at the Bonaire, at the school in Bonaire. But stay tuned, we'll give you more information. Sunday, October 27th. It will not be a meeting, but it will be a big celebration because you could win a new car. The NNP Bingo, Grenville, Victoria Park. Yes, Sunday the 27th. Don't forget. Right. And then I was just told on the 19th, we're going to Carriacou and Petit Martinique for the meeting. Yeah, so Carriacou, we're coming. Keep the date, the 19th. And then the youths of the party, they are having a beach lime on the 30th of November. So that's the end of the next month, not this month. They didn't say where, but they said there would be barbecue on sale. Hope Beach. And they say free waters. They didn't say if it's Blue Waters or Glenelg or what, just free waters. So you get it? Yes? Look, more announcement, Jesus Christ. I go to the church for announcement. Thursday, St. Mark's. Yes, that's Thursday coming. And they say Sunday, the next Sunday, after the Thursday, is in Tivoli. By the Prince. Okay, so you are Thursday, St. Mark's, and then the next Sunday, Tivoli RC School. That's where we will be, and the 19th will be Carriacou. So, I don't know how much for the boat yet, darling, but you go know soon, yes? All right, you will be there. Please, we're asking our good brother from the executive, just close off with a word of prayer. Oh, there's a prayer? Jesus. And she looks so much like an angel. Eh? Let her pray for us. Pray for us, darling. What prayer and get it?
Special good night to all. It is with great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. Let me first of all start by giving God glory and for making today's occasion a success. First and foremost, I thank our special guest, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, our political leader, Honorable N. Limpier, MP of St. Andrews Northeast, Miss Lorena Waldron, Constituency Lead of St. Andrews Northwest, Amanda Gapal George, Chair of the NMP, Honorable Yolan Bain Hosford, Constituency Lead for St. Andrews Southwest, Dr. Modest, and all the other executive members. Despite your busy schedule, you have found time to grace this occasion, and I also express my heartfelt thanks to everyone. We are grateful for your words of encouragement and astonishment. Last but not least, I thank everyone for their cooperation in making this function a resounding success. Finally, I leave this inspiring quote by Martin Luther King. An individual has not started living until he rises above the confines of his individualistic concerns to the broader concerns of all humanity. Once again, I thank everyone for paying attention and for listening to all the words. Thank you and have a safe journey home.
Thank you very much for saying thank you. Let us get home safe. Safe. Those of us who are riding or walking, we thank God and we hope you'll get home very safe.
Grenada. Get ready as the new National Party invites all to its 40th anniversary fundraising bingo event. Sunday, October 27th from 5 p.m. at Victoria Park, Grenville. Over $100,000 in cash and prizes to be won. Imagine you can win a Suzuki Ignis hybrid car, $50,000 in cash, plus other fantastic prizes. Tickets are $60 for one or $100 for two. Free buses will be available island-wide. Don't miss it, or you might just see your neighbor driving a Suzuki Ignis. Sunday, October 27th, we're heading to Victoria Park in Grenville for the new National Party 40th Anniversary Fundraising Bingo.